Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whenever you're watching this video. Hello, my YouTube family. I'm back again. Like I said, I've got to get into the habit of kind of not spitting out videos, but doing videos that I guess I can say that's more prevalent for the times that we're living in at this point. Um, Many of you asked. Let me first say this first, please. If you're here for the first time, thank you. Welcome to my channel. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. To those who have already subscribed and have been supporting me, I thank you. Of course, you know I appreciate your support. I couldn't be where I am at this point without you guys. And for those of you sharing the videos, Lady Nika, thank you. I appreciate that greatly. Tracy, I appreciate that greatly. The Gov, I appreciate your shout outs. I appreciate that very much. So, to get the word out about my channel, I appreciate it because you don't have to do that. Many of you asked, before I get into my thing, regarding my mom, her dolls and things that she did. Of course, my mom passed away unexpectedly. Expectedly, I'm tired. It's been about 10 years now. So, um, a lot of the things that she did, her main thing was porcelain and ceramic dolls and things of that nature. So let me just show you guys real quick. I'm only in the den, and forgive me up front because, like I said, this is my workroom where I fold clothes and everything that deals with Daddy and the things I have to do for him is all here in the den because no one really comes over here. So let me turn this around right quick. Um, oh, I bought a lot of water. Those dolls are the dolls that she did. These are our Native American dolls, or I guess you can say we're Choctaw Indian part. So she wanted to do something, like I said, in regards to our DNA or our genetic makeup or genetic build, so to speak. So she did these dolls here. Those are the Indians that she did. There's another one that she did. These are little trinkets. This was just a little stuff. I was wiping stuff off. These are little trinkets that she did. Um, these are the other dolls that she did. Of course, what she did was she tried to do the nationalities of our family. She's Seminole Indian, and of course, my father's mother, or grandmother, whatever, was a Caucasian and Indian, Choctaw Indian. I want to say Choctaw. For some reason, Cherokee's in my mind, but Choctaw Indian. But these are just some of the dolls that she did. She did all these herself. Um, I can't think of what that is. But these are some of the trinkets that she did. Everything that you see, for the most part, my mom created all these. She did all these. She never bought anything. You know, you go to the store, the thrift store, or go to a store and buy the little porcelain dolls or porcelain ceramic things. She did all of these herself. Yeah. Here's some more that she did. And I think it's some little things down here that she did, little things, and there are some more things that she had actually done herself. But yeah, everything that you see, she actually created it herself or actually did it herself. So you guys were asking me about it. Those little coffee cups, those are trinkets from when my brother, he initially was in the Navy, so everywhere he traveled, everywhere he went, he would get those mugs and just different, I want to say, like different beers from different countries, the different liquors, I guess you can say. So we have that on top of the bookshelves that my father built to put all those things on. So, and those aren't even half of the dolls and things. There's, like I said, a lot more in the living room area and the dining room area, but I've got to kind of straighten that out because I haven't been in there. I've been in there, but you know how you put when you're moving stuff and getting stuff out of the way, you choose a room that you can just store it in for that moment till you get to it. So right now the living room and the dining room is kind of full with dolls and clothes. When I moved from Indianapolis back here to take care of my father, a lot of that stuff, and of course taking care of him took so much. Took so much and takes so much. I haven't had the chance to go in and just get everything kind of organized the way I think it should be. So, but that's it. Yeah, those are the um, little trinkets and things that my mom did for a hobby. Uh, and I think she did it for like gifts. She didn't sell them. She would make you something, and she would give them out like for Christmas presents and things of that nature. Birthday, she would make them makes particular items that you may have liked, and then give it to you like that. So, but that's just some of it, just sharing a part of myself with you guys. But um, today, the mayor of our city came on television, and of course, they're giving the report, and as most of you now know, as most of you now see, as the ban is being lifted to a certain degree, to where people can go do this and shop and do whatever they want to do, the cases of the coronavirus has risen, has increased. In some places, the death toll has increased. Um, so he was on there today, and he did a news conference, and he actually did a mandate stating that anyone who doesn't wear a mask, to a point I see how he can enforce it, to another point I can't, because he said if law enforcement catches you out in the public, anywhere in the public, without a mask, you will be ticketed and you will get a fine for not having that mask on. So I'm not really sure how they're going to enforce it. I guess they'll figure out a way to do it. Um, Most of the times I don't go out anyway. Period. If I go out, I'm going to a drive-through or something, and I don't do that anymore since I can get my father's medication sent to us in the mail. Um, I, I, the shopping thing, I've been doing that for a while with Walmart and Kroger's. They ship that stuff to me too, so I don't actually go out because I don't want him to become infected with anything, with his immune system being as weakened as it probably is because of his disease and his age and all that. So I just don't take any chances. But anyway, when he said that, somebody had said, I want to say Lady Nika had said on one of her videos that the world in which we know it is no longer, and people weren't really being receptive to that, or really understanding or accepting what she was stating. But what she was stating is the fact this is our new normal. And it took me back for some reason. It's been 20 some years. It's amazing how things happen in your life 20, 30 years ago. If I'm 60, so if you get that age, but and those things are there, but you never really think about it. Then so many years later, something pops up and it brings it back to your memory, your remembrance, as they say. So, but my Sunday school teacher back then, I'll never forget it. She was kind of a controversial type teacher. And when I say controversial, she wasn't a yes person of this, but she gave you examples and she made you think um, about the things that were going on in the world at that time, and she would make you really go and search out or seek out things in the Bible. In essence, some Sunday school teachers, they give and just teach you this thing, and it's just whatever, whatever. But in her case, because at that time we were the college, I was her assistant, but she had the college group kids, students, and she always wanted them to be aware and to think and to rationalize, but be able to see clearly what's happening before you. And so I never forget that she said we had to do a review, and she did the review that day during the service, and she was stating that she was wondering, what if we've missed the rapture, the first coming of Christ? What if we missed it? Oh God, the church was just, of course, most of what we live off of, and most of that is going on that we've been taught. We haven't missed that coming of Christ. The rapture, when we get taken out, and all this, and the perilous times will come after that. Um, but she was pointing out different things that the Bible stated that will happen, that has happened, and that was 20 something years ago, that will make us feel that the rapture that we're looking for has already taken place, and we're now in the perilous times, and we're now in the times of the tribulations and the detriment of the country and of the world. And so I thought about that because at that time I think they were starting to put the number six. They were doing something, and something else happened, and so she was just giving examples, and relating those to what the Bible said as far as in Revelations and Daniel about the coming of Christ and the perilous times and all that. And so today, once the mayor got on and made that mandate about you're required to wear a mask and all of that, for some reason she popped back in my head of what she said, and so I made myself go and do a little search because I keep my little Bible thing right there with me, and I turned to certain scriptures because I was one of those ones who I took it in. I didn't argue the point. I just took it in and knew that at some point I would, read up on it and, kind of seek it out, search it out, and kind of do a little history on it. Um, and so I did. And what she was saying basically was true. Even now, if you, I'm not, you don't have to be a Bible scholar, but just read regarding the end times and read subjects regarding the coming of Christ or the end of the world. Just get this in your mind. I'm trying to get you to focus because I want you to see things are going the way the Bible said it would go. Things are going in the order that they say they will go as far as the demise and the return of Christ and all of that if you're a Christian. That's what's happening. And I said read Daniel's Revelations because there's a step-by-step, in essence, guide to tell you this is what will happen before this take place. That will happen before that take place. So my whole thing about living at this point is being aware of what's really going on and taking heed to the signs that we're given because some of the signs are very, very obvious. And then there are some, like I said, there's a whole realm of the spiritual aspect of this that we don't see because there is a spiritual world. There's a song that says we're we're a natural being, but we're not a natural being, but we're a spiritual being having a natural experience. And the Bible does says, they that worship God must worship him in spirit and in truth because God is a spirit. So it's with our spirit that we make the connections that we make. But, and I know it's not about beefing. I just want to get off that for a minute because more stuff is going on with that. But if you will look at it and if you notice, they talked about putting a chip. The Bible speaks of it. It doesn't say it specifically, but it gives you, it might say like put a brand on or put a device. Now pets have chips in them. One country got it where they're implanting the things in their hands, in people's hands and wrists to identify them by. See, all of that speaks of not the the initial coming of Christ, but this speaks of the second coming. This speaks of after the rapture has already been taken place. All these things are taking place now. And all these things are going forth now in the world, the chaos, the confusion, um, the frustration, because people are reacting now mostly because of their frustration, because they're frustrated with the system, they're frustrated with the world, they're frustrated with people, friends, and family. They're just because all of this is something that we're not used to, and so all of it has become such a weight and become such a realization that I can't live the way I used to live or do the things I used to do to the 100th because the world around me is now changing. Remember, I told you there is a shifting. And when things shift, when the atmosphere, things shifting in the atmosphere, things moving differently, things moving around, things being placed in places where they've never been before, then that's something that the human mind, for some reason, we can't comprehend that because we've become accustomed to the way things are. And so far, those things that we knew it has to be the norm or the comfort is now going away. Because even as people try to say, okay, well, the virus is here, and a lot of people, again, are not taking it seriously. And I say again, please take it seriously, but a lot of people are drifting away from the safety precautions. And I understand you saying, um, I trust God, I believe God, and I'm not going to wear a mask. I'm not going to do this because I'm going to go by faith. But the thing is, you don't know what's in your system that could affect somebody else's. So you have to really, I don't want to say come out of that selfish mode, but you have to think proactive and you preventative. Not so it's not so much as if that's your faith and that's what you want to do. That's beautiful, but you've got to consider the other people that's around you. You know, I'm not sure how other states are handling that if they're going to do a mandate where they require you to wear a mask, as they've already shut down two more states, re-shut down two states that they wanted to minimally open up. Now they're shut all the way totally down. Um, and so at this point, this is the new norm. And it's going to become something even more, even deeper than what we're used to. And you have to prepare your mind for it mentally. And the easiest way that you can do that is to prepare yourself spiritually. Realize that there is a spiritual movement going on, that the atmosphere is changing because it's ushering in whoever is supposed to be in place to bring the Antichrist in. It's all of this is ushering something in to help us to, well, to make us aware and be prepared and be ready um, for the end times, for the things that will come. And so far, like I said, there are things in the Bible that are taking place. That's if you follow it, it's going step by step by step by step. And like I said, um, my issues with the Bible or something else, but there are some things in the Bible you can actually see it taking place, and you can see it happening, and it's happening before. So I just came to give a little quick video. I do little quick videos, when things happen and things just pop up in my head that I remember, because like I told you, I want to stay aware. It's important. Um, you've got to be aware. You've got to educate yourself on what's actually happening in the world, because when these things come and when things fall upon us, you won't be ready, and you'll lose who you are. You'll lose yourself. You'll lose your sanity, because again, I keep saying that it's not going to get any better. Matter of fact, it's getting worse even as I speak. Within a whole lot of states, even in my state, it's getting worse. So you have to prepare yourself, prepare your family for those things that are about to come, because they're coming, and there's nothing that can stop it, because that coming has to bring in the next wave of the movement, or the next wave of the spirit, or the next phase to get us to the point where the Antichrist will come. See, all of that, the Bible, when it comes to Revelations and Daniel, is just a roadmap to those things that are going to come. Um, so that's why I can't. Uh, I watch my videos as far as my friends, my beefing video, beefing whatever, but I can't get bogged down in it, because there's something even greater happening that's going to truly affect my life and how I live, if I live to that point. That's going to truly affect the surroundings and the way I do things and the way I live and the way I act or react just on a normal basis. All of that is changing. And if you're not prepared for that change, if you're not prepared for that newness, it's going to throw you. And a lot of people are already at the point they can't take too many more things throwing them off. They can't take too many more things disguising itself as one thing and something else. Y'all see that on YouTube. And they're at their breaking point. But if you're ready and prepared and know this is happening, know this is coming, and have already forewarned and prepared yourself for it, it won't have the negative connotation behind it when it comes to you. Because it's coming to you. It's coming to all of us. It's the world. It's the world. See, that's what I'm trying to get you guys to see. It's not just local. This is universal. So the shifting is the whole universe. And what happens in the whole universe is going to affect everybody in every country in every state. And we have to be ready. We have to be prepared. We have to guard ourselves and guard our heart and guard our spirit to understand these things are coming. And I want to say for the greater good, but it's amazing that the things that comes for the greater good always it always is something hurtful, stressful, negative, but it always brings the greater good as far as what God's will is for this universe or for this earth. So I just wanted to stop and share that with you. Um, Daddy is fine. The new medication that he had, I can't think of the name of it, but it makes him sleep. I fixed him dinner this evening, and when I went in to wake him up for dinner, he was just out of it. So I shook him to make sure he was alive. I know y'all, I ain't being fun. I'm just being honest, because he wasn't moving. So when I shook the bed, I said, God, I ain't ready. And he did move and move his hand and kind of moved around. So this new medication I see makes him sleepy. So I have to figure out what's the better time to give it to him. But anyway, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Like I said, I think my channel will be more of a spiritual level, and the things that's happening in the world, as far as comparing that to what the word says, as far as what we to be prepared for when those things happen. I hope it enlightens you, it teaches you, it opens up uh, your understanding of some things, and I hope it gets you starving to really see what's going on in the universe and in the world, and get you to kind of seeking out some things and sitting down and thinking, yeah, that's why that's happening. Yeah, that makes sense. So this is happening and it's getting us to that point. So I understand why that's happening and not throw us off guard. Does that make sense? So I hope you like this video. I know it's whatever, but I hope you like it. Thank you for subscribing. Please share if you like. These are just the thoughts that I've had for years and years and years, and for some reason I never had to come back to think on them or speak on them, but now it's prevalent at this time to speak on them. But I thank you again for liking, subscribing. Thank my new subscribers. If you're subscribing, thank you. I'm almost there. Um, Remember that I love you, but also always know, no matter how bad it's looking, no matter how bad it's going to get or become, God still loves you so much more. You be blessed. Bye bye.